In Warhammer 40K, life on Earth is worse than any nightmare because it is no longer a home planet, but an overpopulated, polluted prison where billions struggle to survive under the shadow of the God Emperor. Earth, known as Holy Terra, is covered with hive cities down to the last meter in Warhammer 40K. Holy Terra, once known as Earth, is the heart of the Imperium and home to the Emperor himself. Yet, while you often read about the heroic space marines, epic battles and cosmic threats in the game and novels, one aspect of Warhammer universe often remains in the shadows: the everyday life of ordinary people. Nowhere is this life worse than on Terra itself. What was once a cradle of humanity has, by the 31st millennium, degenerated into an absolute nightmare of pollution, overpopulation and oppression, surpassing any dystopian vision. In the 41st century, Terra is no longer the blue planet we know today. The once majestic oceans have long since evaporated, the formerly fertile soils are poisoned, and the atmosphere is a dense fog of deadly pollutions. The entire planet is covered by gigantic city structures, the so-called hive cities, which stretch across the entire planetary surface and have leveled the once majestic mountains, with the exception of the Himalayas, which house the massive imperial palace. In its innermost part are, among other things, the golden throne of the Emperor, and the Astronomicon, a psychic beacon powered by thousands of trackers that enable the Imperial fleet to navigate the warp. The air on Terra is so polluted that it has its own taste, a biting mix of promethium fumes, human stench, and decaying organic materials. The pollution is so extreme that many Terrans have developed an ashen skin tone. Even the sky is no longer visible due to the permanent smog cover, the sun appearing only as a faint, muddy grey shimmer. Terra no longer produces anything. The entire planet is completely dependent on external supplies. Cargo ships land daily with fully loaded toils and depart empty back into orbit, as the throne world lacks its own resources to sustain itself, even in the slightest. Even minor delays in food transportation can put millions of inhabitants in acute danger, leading to mass starvation within a short period. Even water barely exists in its natural form on Terra. It must be brought in as ice chunks from space. However, even these are often contaminated and only partially suitable for human consumption. The population of Terra defies all imagination. Official figures range between 200 billion and several trillion people. Calculations suggest that at maximum population density and considering the three-dimensional structure of the hive cities, Terra could indeed be home to trillions of inhabitants. But how do so many people live on a single planet? The answer: an unimaginable confinement. An average living space for a single person measures only a few square meters, a windowless model with a cot, minimal storage units, and a rudimentary means of preparing food. Families often share even smaller spaces. The hive cities extend not only upward, but also deep beneath the planet's surface. Billions of Terrans live so far underground that they never have seen the sun. The cities are divided into different sectors. The spires are reserved for the elite, the sector imperialis houses the working masses, and the underhive is home to the poorest of the poor. The deeper one goes, the more dangerous and desperate the situation becomes. A life of labor, hunger and fear. The daily existence of an average Terran is an endless cycle of grueling work and religious indoctrination. They spend up to 20 hours a day in physically and mentally crushing jobs. Food is scarce and of terrible quality. Approximately 98% of the food on Terra consists of a paste made from ground-up remains of the deceased, waste, insects and animal carcasses. Even for the nobility, fresh fruits is an extreme luxury. The Emperor originally intended to heal Terra after the Great Crusade and even restore its oceans. His goal was to return the planet to its former glory. Instead, Terra has only worsened. Life on Terra in the 41st millennium is a nightmare beyond human comprehension. It is a place where trillions exist, but none truly live. Where humanity's holiest side is also its most brutal. Where air, water, and soil are equally poisoned. So, the next time you start a Warhammer 40K game or read a novel from this universe, take a moment to think about the countless nameless masses on Terra. In a galaxy full of horrors, their fate may be the cruelest of all. Trapped on the planet that was once humanity's home and has now become its greatest prison.